This is my Radionics Omegalarm 3012. This is quite possibly one of the only ones left out there, because there's absolutely no documentation on this thing. Neither are there any videos. There's only a couple images of them on the internet, and they're absolute terrible quality. So this is probably the best quality thing you're ever going to see of one. It takes a Bosch standard 1358 key. I don't even think you can see it, but it works, opens. I acquired this thing in quite the interesting manner. We don't need to get into it, but it's a cool little panel. You don't really need to program anything on here except the central station information, which is contained on that little prom chip right there. It's burned in permanently. A few things I wanted to add. Yeah, I'm watching over this video later, and well, there goes comm trouble. But two things I wanted to add. You can program this thing to be a local system, and if you do that, you can program like a previous alarm reminder. So if this thing were to go into alarm and the bell timeout, yeah, it's also programmable. If the bell were to time out past the time that it's supposed to go off, this will start buzzing to let you know that an alarm previously occurred. So if you were, let's say this was in a store, some tiny little shop, somebody broke in or had a false alarm, something like that during the night, you walk in next morning and this thing's buzzing to let you know that you previously had an alarm, because otherwise you would not know. So yeah. And I need an Omegalarm. I think it's a 50, no, it's something stupid. I don't feel like remembering it, but yeah, the only thing that you're really gonna need to program on here is central station information. There's only one other thing I can think about, which is either if you had, so there's a really rare option for this. In place of this keypad, you could have a fire alarm card that would give you two-wire smoke zones with a little reset and test switch and fire bell output. And I would just wire into your 24-hour panic zone, which there's 4 zones on here. 24-hour panic, that's a silent panic. Delayed burglary, we all know what that is. And then 2 instant burglary zones. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little, tiny little panel. It's really interesting. Transformer, all that standard stuff. Bell output, key switch, and key switch LED. Then phone connections, which I'm going to try getting this thing reporting. Problem is, this thing dials in pulse, and I don't have an ATA capable of doing pulse dialing, so I'm going to see if I can get the account number, well, the phone number that this thing dials to redirect to another extension on a phone system, and see if I can get my friend's central station receiver to receive what the account number this thing has, because this thing did have documentation in it when I did get it, with all of its central station information. So let's go ahead and arm it. To arm it, I think it might be already armed. That LED is always on, but really dim. Let's enter the code. Okay, yeah, it gets a lot brighter when it goes into arming. So this takes, I think, a minute. Something stupid. It's really long. So I'll skip. The only one I want to mention, I really love this badge. It has like a NASA look to it. When I came across this thing, I was like, wow. Really cool. This arming indicator will just blink until it's done arming, and then it'll go solid. That's the AC indicator. I should have gotten the original. I can go back for the original train. Yeah, I probably should go back, because this thing takes, I think it's 15 VA or something like that. It's really small. Let's figure that out. It's armed now. It's, yeah, 20 VA. So, it's a tiny little transformer. But we're armed, so we're going to start the entry delay, which is this zone here. We'll just show it. 30 seconds of just buzzing. Walk into the computer room and hear this. Buzz. And we're going to let this go until it alarms. and then it will go into alarm. Nothing's indicated here. The alarm is only indicated by the bell going off. So the bell is on, and to silence or disarm, we're just going to put in our code. And it's silent. And I don't think I feel like demonstrating the 2 instant zones, because we all know what those do. They just immediately go off. One other thing I want to mention is holding down both stars will also send a silent panic to the central station. But to change the code on this thing, what you do is you press the blank key, enter your code, your existing code, and then your new code twice. And then we're going to see if it changed. I might have done it wrong. And there it goes. Let's see if it disarms. I don't know, that's something really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't work either. What the hell? I guess it does. I don't know. It's really hard. It doesn't work half the time. It's basically a panel version of this Radionics D279 independent zone control. I have another better condition I'll show. This is my Honeywell D279H. It is a independent zone control keypad. This allows you to individually arm and disarm 1 point on a panel. And, nice. But it's literally the same exact thing as this panel. Just this panel has a built-in communicator. So, also it has 2 zones instead of 3. But there's a delayed and an instant zone, and they does the same exact thing. You put your code in, arms, blinks, turns on. Same thing for disarming. And got your 2 stars for panic. And the blank key for changing the code. It's literally the same thing. That's really cool. So, yeah, I think that might be about it. I don't know. I'm probably going to watch this video later and be like, oh, I forgot something. So, that's nice. But, yeah, thank you for watching. Well, here I am watching this freaking video over later. And, I indeed did forget something. This keypad. And this one. These will just if these are powered off for an extended period of time, let's say a couple hours, AC power's lost and battery backup's lost, it'll just completely forget the code and default to 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yeah. But there's a whole another procedure for resetting the code on this. There's a whole thing in the manual. Let me get it out. There's a whole procedure for resetting the code on this stupid thing. You do something with this jumper, like you remove it or you move it, something like that. I don't know. I forgot. I haven't looked at it in a bit. But you'll do that, and then there's a code specified in the manual. You'll put that in, and then your new code, and then you're good. So, I think that's about it for this video. I just wanted to get something out because I haven't uploaded in a really long time. So, thank you for watching. Bye.